What's going on, guys? Andrew Piluk Hockey here, back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about a pretty big trade that happened last night. It's early in the morning, and by early I mean it's like 10 o'clock, but I didn't have to. I've been working lately, so I was like, okay, I'll sleep in, whatever. And then I quickly checked my phone early in the morning at like 7 o'clock, and it was like a ton of notifications. I'm like, what is this? And it's Max Pacioretty being traded to the Vegas Golden Knights. And like I said, because I work quite a bit, I was like, okay, I need to get to bed early, get some sleep, whatever. I've got some time off. And okay, so I guess I went to bed too early and Max Pacioretty got dealt. I was actually preparing a video that I was going to talk about him, like with trade rumors and stuff like that. But now that's out the window because there's actually a trade. So let's just get into the details of the trade. I always bring up tweets and stuff like that, so it's from Cap Friendly. So the trade is to the Montreal Canadiens: Thomas Tatar, Nick Suzuki, a 2019 second round pick, which is Columbus's pick. Also, an update for the trade: it's a hard second. Cap Friendly said that it's not tied to any conditions. It is going to be a second round pick regardless of if Max Pacioretty ends up re-signing with the Vegas Golden Knights. And of course, that's the return going to the Knights. So full trade: Tatar, Suzuki, and a 2019 second round pick that was formerly Columbus Blue Jackets pick, and Max Pacioretty going to the Golden Knights. So this is a pretty significant deal. Also, a couple extra notes here. There was some salary retained for both parties. So Montreal retained 10% of Max Pacioretty's remaining contract, and Vegas is actually retaining 9.434% of Thomas Tatar's contract. So that actually knocks down his cap hit by $500,000 every single season for the remaining 3 years or whatever. So it actually looks pretty decent to get Tatar for less than $5 million for the next 3 years on Montreal's part. So just breaking down the trade, I mean, Tatar, like I said, with that lowered salary actually isn't too bad. If he scores 15 to 20 goals for Montreal, he'll probably get a bunch of minutes next season. It might be okay for him. It might not be the worst fit. He wasn't that great with Vegas, and of course they paid a pretty steep price. I believe it was a first, second, and a third at the trade deadline this past year. So it was steep for Vegas to pay that much, and I'll get to that in a second. Suzuki, a lot of people are looking at his numbers with the Owen Sound Attack in the OHL. The guy just puts up points. He had like 100 points or something like that. He's continually, I just glanced at his numbers. I already knew who he was, of course, but I just glanced at his numbers because I didn't know the specifics, and I've actually seen him play live. Very, very talented player. And the fact of the matter is there's a chance he can make the Montreal Canadiens. A lot of people are saying, okay, he's 19, whatever, he's a centerman. No, Montreal is not going to be afraid, I don't think, to try to use him. Now, I'm not saying he's guaranteed a spot. If he plays well enough and Montreal says, yeah, we could give this guy a shot, why not? So we could see that. Their center depth is looking pretty good. Kotkaniemi, I never can say his name right, and it's a tongue twister. Kotkaniemi? Okay, if I'm saying that incorrectly, it's just because I literally sometimes can't even speak English. So their depth for prospects is looking a little bit better. That second round pick is real nice because, you know, you're always looking for a pick when you get rid of a star player. You always want to ensure that you could draft another potential superstar. And in the second round, you could find those. And of course for Vegas, Max Pacioretty, a guy who scored 30 goals 5 times in his career, a very, very talented player, and he's going to fit in with that Golden Knights team. They got better through this trade, Vegas did, and I think Montreal, you know, they knew they had to get rid of him. They made a fairly good deal. They're getting Tatar on a bit of a bonus here, or a bit of a, what's the word I'm looking for? A bargain, I guess. Not really. It's still over $4 million, but you know, there's some salary retained there, so that's not bad. So it works out, I guess, for both sides, especially if Suzuki plays pretty good. This trade will look even better for Montreal if Pacioretty walks. Now, if Pacioretty at the end of the season decides he doesn't want to stay with Vegas, then this is not going to be too good for Vegas. But let me just say, there is a good chance he could re-sign with Vegas. I really do think that there's a chance, and maybe we'll hear about it today or in the next couple days. We'll have to see. But a lot of people are bringing up the argument now that technically the Montreal or the Vegas Golden Knights acquired Max Pacioretty for basically, you know, a first, a second, and a third through the Tatar trade, because now they're shipping Tatar in that deal. Suzuki, actually 2 seconds because they sent another one. And I mean, I understand it's a lot, but just looking at it now, Vegas needed to make that deal at the deadline. They were looking for somebody to boost that team. Tatar didn't work out, but this is kind of steep because of the fact that they did give up quite a bit for Tatar in the first place, and now he's being shipped off to Montreal. But if they can re-sign Pacioretty, then it would look much better. And I mean, this kind of signals a rebuild for Montreal anyways. They're trying to just acquire pieces that they feel could fit for their team in the future. Trying to get, you know, some younger players. Tatar being part of the deal is probably going to help them just fill out that roster and make sure they can get a little bit more goals and points. So this is a very interesting trade in every aspect. Suzuki, I'd love to see them give him a chance as well. And a lot of people are also bringing up, is Vegas out of the running for Erik Karlsson now? I don't think so. They still got a lot of picks and a lot of prospects that they could deal with, but that's besides the point. We'll see in the next few days. And I was thinking about it, and a lot of people are kind of wondering, like, why didn't this trade happen a long time ago? Teams right now are looking at players that maybe requested a trade, or, you know, maybe players that they don't feel like are fits, or if there's some sort of friction there, and they don't want to go into camp with these guys because camp's open in the next, 3 days or something like that. So you don't want to go into this you know, training camp and have this friction. You want to get contracts dealt with, you want to get trades dealt with, and make sure that you can get everything settled. So I'm sure Vegas was like, we want to add to our roster and we don't want to wait around. We want to open camp with these new players. So maybe there will be a Karlsson deal if Ottawa feels like they got to move him before camp. I don't know, but some teams like to get that stuff out of the way. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you're new, make sure you subscribe. Love to have more hockey conversations with you. Join the squad. Let's get to 4,000 subscribers. Thank you guys for the support. Also, if you want to support me on Patreon, the link is down below. Spreadshirt, if you want to buy a t-shirt, that's also down below. If you want to save $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek, use code APH in all caps. Might as well. You can get concert tickets, game tickets, cool stuff like that. They show you where the best seats are. So make sure you go and check all that out. And hit the notification bell if you want to see more videos and streams. So I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. Peace.